What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today, we're going to do a hero tier list for Rebirth of Glory. As you guys can see, we have 14 heroes right now here in Rebirth of Glory. The game is still in beta stage, and my name is Shinchi42. If you guys like this hero tier list, please do hit that thumbs up and share the video. Now, I will tell you this right now in the beginning of this video, is that if you disagree with me, it's okay. We all have our different opinions and at the same time different analysis. I would highly encourage you, if you do disagree, to explain why you disagree and give us a feedback as well on that. Let's say I put one hero into S and you think it's only A, and please give us the feedback on that one. All right, so I'm gonna share my knowledge and my experience so far in the game and rank the heroes in here according to my opinion. Okay, so if you have a different opinion, I respect that. Respect my opinion as well. Okay, so I know these type of topics are very kind of sensitive when it comes to hero tier list, because everyone has pretty much different investments and everyone has different opinions and things. All right, so first let's talk about the heroes in here, how they're broken down. The gold ones in here are legendaries. The purple ones in here, starting from this lady, is going to be elite, and then the blue ones are going to be common. So the commons are weak, easy to max. Elite, slightly easy to max. The gold one, a bit harder to max. Okay, so the gold ones are the one that you really want to chase for later game. So first we're going to do is we're going to put these two common heroes in here. This is Baldur, which is one of the heroes that you get in the beginning, and then Alaya as well. These heroes can serve you good in the beginning, but once you move into maybe, I don't know, like City Hall level 10 or something like that, you probably shouldn't be using them. You should be using elites at that point. So you're going on to progression. So you start from these two heroes and then you go up and get better and better heroes throughout the game. So as you can see, we put this onto the D tier. Now, these are the elite heroes in here. Skirny or Skirn, I'm gonna put it into a C since this is a gatherer. Although it has a benefit having that troop increase capacity, you can actually use it on arena, which I do, and I think many others do as well. So it has its purpose, but since it's a gatherer, we're gonna put it into C. It's not really the most PvP hero. All right, now we're gonna talk now. Let's go and put this hero here. This is Rex. This is the Berserker hero, which is a decent one, quite good, slightly tanky, and a good amount of damage. We got Reynold. This is a cavalry hero. It has some good, decent marching speed for cabs as well, and good attack. And we also got Linda, and I know a lot of people really like Linda, so we're gonna put this in B, but I feel like Linda could actually be a B plus or something like that. But for the sake of having 5 tier list grades in here, we're going to put Linda into B, but I would say she could definitely be a B plus. Very good hero as well. And we're gonna go into the game later and kind of talk a little bit more in details on certain heroes in here. All right, so this is where it gets really interesting with the legendaries, because not all legendaries are actually going to be good. All right, so we're gonna go with Vista first. We're gonna put Vista as A. You know what? Honestly, I would even put Vista here, but we'll put Vista here. Still better. You know, a legendary will always still be better than elite. All right, so that's one thing that I'm gonna put out in here. That's my opinion, and I believe many will agree as well. Now, unless it's a gathering hero, then it's probably not gonna be good, like gathering legendary. All right, so we're gonna put Vista into A. I'm gonna put the next one that will go into A is we're going to put Vol. Vol, not that great. Initially, I made a misunderstanding with Vol, but if you really look into the skills of Vol, it doesn't really benefit you a whole lot. Although Vol has AoE, but if I'm going to compare it Vol over Reed, I will definitely have to go with Reed. So Reed, really good hero. I would say really good, especially right now in the current stage when you're having to do PvE. I've seen players who are able to defeat level 55 Wanderers using Reed, and it really makes a lot of difference with that healing. It's so OP. Next, I would put here is Kalthus. Now, many of you guys will have Kalthus as one of the free heroes that you can pretty much get. Initially, when I was playing with the game, I thought Kalthus would probably be an S tier, but honestly, Kalthus is a ramp-up hero. Initially, it doesn't do that good, and it ramps up and gets better, but really that initial ramp-up is not that great when it comes to long-term PvP later. So I'm going to put Kalthus into A, because we want to grade S as something that is wow, right? You know, A is going to be good, but it's not going to be wow good, all right? Now, we're going to put Alvin as well into the A right now. And really good hero for healing, but at the same time, not really the best of the best heroes. It's not going to give you maximum result if you ever get into PvP. But with the healing in this game, maybe it's good because it's free healing as well. But we're only going to look into wow factor right now as well. We got 3 heroes in here. I'm very familiar with Aaron. I'm going to put Aaron right away into S. This is a top lord hero. There is no way you get a top lord hero that doesn't go into S, at least on whenever it's out. It is the only top lord hero right now. Aaron, if you don't really understand much about Aaron, just take note for this. The 4th skill of Aaron, that defensive break, is absolutely very, very strong. Now, we got Selena. Where would I put Selena? I really like Selena's buff. It's passive, it's nice, and it really works in complement with Aaron. If you are a Cav main, I would say this is definitely going to go into S. But due to certain situations right now, I think she should be like a A+. But so we're just going to put it into A. Definitely not as a wow factor with Aaron. Selena, although good, definitely not into the wow factor yet. We're gonna look into the game in here and explain a few things in here as well. Carl is a good hero, but I think with Carl there's a lot of RNG to become an S hero, so we're gonna also put Carl here as an A hero. So to me, to my opinion, there's 2 S heroes right now, and Aaron is top lord, and then Reed is coming from the roulette. If you're going to be investing in a infantry or berserker, if you're going to choose between Reed or Vol, I would say go for Reed. Initially, I was thinking Vol, but really when I had a little bit more, kind of experience with the game, I would say Reed is definitely a lot better, and especially with the free healing as well into the game. Okay, so now let's go into the game. Now I'm going to highlight a few things in here that I mentioned in the video, right? So we got Aaron, of course. Skill damage is huge, but really the main thing in here, ignore 24% of the target's defense when attacking. This is passive, huge. Now, when we talk about Kalthus, I mentioned about the ramp up. This is the ramp up with Kalthus, and really it's horrible, but it gets strong as it goes. I mean, Kalthus is pretty decent. This is why we're just doing it as an A. I would say if Kalthus, there's an A+ that I did, probably an A+. Good hero, free, easy to max out. So that's something that I would say. When we talked about Reed, absolutely do that first skill, man. Healing factor, huge. And then I would say, I made a mistake in here. I don't know yet, but I feel like the right path for this is 5, 5, 1, and 5. I did a skill reset. I had this over here. I skill reset it for 2,000, and I tested this out. I didn't like it. I feel like if I had this one, I would quickly kill the Wanderer. So I did a test on Wanderer in here with Aaron and Reed, and you can see we took a lot of damage in there. This is a level 55, by the way. I think if we do more of the healing, I think we could have at least killed it, even though we would have taken a lot more casualty. So remember this healing. This is a 10% chance to recover HP when counter-attacking. So every turn you are going to be counter-attacking, so keep that in mind. Vol, although has AoE, the other skills in here, this is Rage Recovery, which is good. These are, you see nearby troops HP below 50, regardless of the enemy or ally. It's condition based, and then if your remaining HP percentage is greater than the target, condition based, very hard to be, kind of a standard in here, or maybe I would say like constant. So I don't like it. This is why we're grading Vol. I would say if it's Vol, I would even go with lower A- for Vol, but being legendary is still better than a elite. So I would say it's probably one of the lowest in here. I would say pretty much close to Vista. Vista has really good attack reduction, increase attack 60%, great support in here, and if it's a deputy, you get skill damage increase, reduction in damage. Very good support hero, I should say. But it's not as strong because it's not giving out so much of the damage, and in the game you really need to kill. All right, this is a good like support hero in my opinion. Reduces damage dealt by both sides by 20%. Well, I mean, it's like 20% for both sides, you and me, if we're going on battle, right? Reduction of that, absolutely insane for the first 5 seconds. And then damage received by allied troops by 7% reduction in here. It's a reduction, 22%. And when this effect ends, you get a healing of 36%. So it has to end as well. I mean, honestly, I never really got into much detail into Vista to try and test it out, but just by reading on all of this, I don't really think it's really that great. It says here, when assigned to a rally troop, so even on PvP, it's only going to be effective in rally, not going to be effective in PvE as well, going against monster and as well as trials, or right. So this is only effective if you use it in a rally. So that's again one of the not so good condition for Vista. This awakening though is pretty interesting. You can see reduce enemies attack by 60% and defense by 25, increase all allies 60% and by 25. Here's the thing, decent I would say, but not the greatest. And I would recommend to only upgrade Vista's skills through the searches and through the lookout post, because you can get Vista tokens in the lookout post in here. I wouldn't recommend that you use your universal tokens in here and to invest onto Vista, okay? And now we got Alvin, another one. I don't recommend that you use your tokens in here, although some of you guys may have, but I would say there is better, to allocate your tokens. Go for Aaron, go for Reed, maybe no, yeah, so yeah, those are two, and maybe these two in here in the bottom, Selena and Carl. Alvin, not so the best, I would say. He is good, really good healing as well, very tanky, but it's not gonna give you the maximum wow factor into the game, honestly. But good healing, great damage conversion rate from this as well, as you can see. Increased healing effect, great pair really for Reed. So let's talk about Selena in here. I like Selena. I put in good amount of tokens in Selena, although I don't say that Selena is going to be the same tier as Aaron, because Aaron's just so much better, and it's also a top lord hero, right? So with this one, I would say this is going to be very, very close to Aaron, because it's giving you a passive 25% cavalry troop buff and cavalry marching speed, but it has its value, this marching speed, if you're chasing somebody, but that attack is huge. And then here we see healing factor as well. Great, right? But not as great as Reed's healing factor, of course, but really good when it's paired with Aaron. Really great complement. And then here is squad HP, and that damage to monster helps out significantly as well, because whenever you're doing the trials, it helps you a lot in here. Selena is really good, and you can see after releasing a skill, immediately gain 50 rage. Good hero. I would invest universal tokens into Selena if you are a Cav main. Now let's talk about Carl, the next hero in here. I would say you go for Reed, you go for Carl. Vol, you get it, just if you run out of, if you maxed out, I guess, on Carl and Reed, then you go for Vol. Carl, really good, great damage, and you can see here reduces the HP of the target as well for 2 seconds, huge. But the problem with Carl, although it has a good buff in here, as you can see, attacks increased by 20%, and then there's 16% right now of absorption for maxing it out. It's good, but when we go into the next skills in here, you see 20% chance to add a shield. It's RNG, and then here another 20%. Although 20% is better than 10% is huge, but it's a lot of the RNG in here. When we look into Reed, there is RNG as well that I didn't mention, but really here in the healing factor, you're getting a lot. In attack reduction as well, and then decrease enemy cavalry troop attack 15%, huge. The RNG that I'm mentioning is that here, 10% chance to recover HP. So that's pretty much my opinions in here. I kind of give you guys a little background of each heroes. When it comes to elite, a lot of people like to use Linda, which is a really good hero as well. But I would, if I'm going to make videos, I would definitely try to be more discussing into the legendary heroes in here. Now, somebody said this to me. I'm going to add this into the video here. That the range of Kaltas is different than the range of Linda. So let's take a look if this is true or not. And let's see. So maybe some of you guys are going to be curious about this. So I got 2 of the heroes in here. We're going to find a level 29 right here. Let's see. We're going to march the heroes right here on the side. Then pretty much in the same level of the distance. All right. There we go. So let's go and attack this. Let's see who has better range, and you guys let me know who actually is in front or not. Maybe it's going to be very obvious. It is pretty much in the same range. So you can see it is definitely overlapping in here. So somebody mentioned it to me in the comments that, you know, they will have different range. There is no different range. Just want to prove that if you guys ever hear it. Very interesting. So you can see that is the range of the slingers here in Rebirth of Glory. All right, so I think I've given you guys a good detail about the heroes here in the game. Let me know who you are investing, what is your primary focus, and your strategy as well. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video and was valuable to you, smash that like. I'll see you again on to the next video. Make sure to join Discord, my Discord, as well as ROG Discord. Anyway, if you see me, holla at me.